Hey everybody, this is Steve Kyle. Thanks for tuning in and thanks for participating with us here with Draw the Circle, the 40-day prayer challenge. Today we're on day 3, and the scripture that Mark Batterson cites for this day, Amazing Things, is Joshua 3:5. Consecrate yourselves, for tomorrow the Lord will do amazing things among you. Made me think of a man's life, George Mueller, that I've read about and learned about over the years. Been a great inspiration to me. He lived in the late 1800s in England, and there was a huge orphan problem then. I mean, like kids on the streets begging, stealing, that sort of thing. Parents, if they owed money, they'd go to debtor's prisons where all these kids are starving on the streets, etc., etc. Well, he decided that he was going to try to alleviate that problem, take care of these kids by providing for them by prayer alone. And he started with one orphan house, ended up, I think, with 5, ended up taking care of about 10,000 orphans. Over time, never asked for money or material goods to support them. Did that only with prayer. And his life was amazing. It made me think of this particular incident. Later in his life, he went on missionary journeys, essentially the world over. And on one journey, he's coming over to the United States. And I want to read just a short excerpt from this book called Delighted in God, which talks about his life. Off Newfoundland, the weather turned cold, and the ship's progress was seriously retarded by fog. The captain had been on the bridge for 24 hours when something happened which was to revolutionize his life. George Mueller appeared on the bridge. "Captain, I have come to tell you that I must be in Quebec by Saturday afternoon." "It is impossible," said the captain. "Very well," said Mueller. "If your ship cannot take me, God will find some other way. I have never broken an engagement for 52 years. Let us go down into the chart room and pray." The captain wondered what lunatic asylum Mueller had come from. "Mr. Mueller," he said, "do you know how dense this fog is?" "No, my eye is not on the density of the fog, but on the living God, who controls every circumstance of my life." Mueller then knelt down and prayed simply. When he had finished, the captain was about to pray, but Mueller put his hand on his shoulder and told him not to. "First, you do not believe he will, and second, I believe he has, and there is no need whatever for you to pray about it." The captain looked at Mueller in amazement. "Captain," he continued, "I have known my Lord for 52 years, and there has never been a single day that I have failed to get an audience with the king. Get up, Captain, and open the door, and you will find the fog is gone." The captain walked across to the door and opened it. The fog had lifted. It was the captain himself who later told the story of this incident, and who was subsequently described by a well-known evangelist as one of the most devoted men I ever knew. So God's going to do amazing things as we give ourselves to prayer, and we give ourselves to Him. That's what this chapter really talks about when you read it, consecrating ourselves to God. So I encourage you, continue in prayer, and thanks again for participating with us.